It was kind of crazy, for sure. Yeah. There will be a fifth, though, I think. We will go back.
As long as our wives allow us.
Which is probably in question at this point, whether they will or won't.
And where are they right now?
They're back in Kansas City and Topeka.
And you've spoken, you've communicated, you've let
They
them know
actually
you're
got
all...
us reservations and flights, and they did a great job and hooked us up. And happy Valentine's Day.
Yes. Sorry, baby.
Yeah, tell us about the attire here.
Well, first of all, sorry, Carnival, for taking your bathrobe. I did not pay for this, but I figured they owed me, a bathrobe. But I was obviously because we thought we were going to be in warm climate, so did not pack a lot of warm clothes. So I knew it'd be a little chilly when we got off, so I had to snag the robe as we came off the ship.
You're not alone. We've seen actually quite a bit. It's sort of the Triumph attire. That's how
everybody
everybody gets off the ship. They seem to have the lovely.
I don't think they're going to charge you
Somebody
for it.
coined them the White Walkers. So
yes. So how do you feel about how they handled it? Some people are very angry at Carnival.
I understand it. I think they handled it as best they could have. First and foremost, the crew that was on the ship did a marvelous job. Some of them I know didn't sleep. In fact, we saw the guy on our floor, or one of the guys saw him. He was asleep on the floor. He had basically a sheet over him and a pillow, getting a couple hours of sleep. So whenever there was a problem with the toilet, the plumbing obviously was probably the biggest issue, and the smell. They were right on top of it and dealing with it as quick as they could. So obviously it's just something they weren't planning on.
Pretty good job of managing expectations too. I think that the information that trickled out was probably well thought out to kind of keep people safe and calm, which really after all said and done, people were pretty nice to each other, not super chippy, and it worked out pretty well. So.
Yeah, that was another neat thing. I mean, all the people that kind of banded together, sharing Pringles and candy, and the people across the hall had to leave their door open, so because we didn't have we had an inside cabin, no light in there obviously, so they would keep their door open during the day, and we got to know people like you would typically not get to know people. I mean,
very
hanging out in the hall, going through something like this, so we've basically made friends for life. Which has obviously had some value to it. So.
A number of people have pointed that out, that clearly this was not the cruise any of you anticipated. But in some ways, if you can look at a silver lining, it is the fact that you came through a tremendous ordeal, and apparently a lot of people came through it together or made new friends in the process.
Yeah, and I think, for the vast majority of people, were very kind, very considerate. I know there were some situations I heard on the, people fighting. We didn't see any of that. I mean, people were obviously very anxious to get off the ship for obvious reasons. But I think for the most part, people were, very kind to each other, and the staff always was smiling and was very kind. So
now, you guys got off in what order? I mean, how is it we see you, and are there still people waiting to come out?
He's a platinum member, so they let us off.
Oh, because of the fourth end, you guys are regulars.
So so they let us off, which was very, very nice. They obviously let the folks in a wheelchair off first, but we were shortly thereafter. So that was pretty nice.
Brings a whole new meaning to the term poop deck.
Glad you said it and not us.
Yeah,
well,
right.
thanks very much.
Thanks very much.
Appreciate both of you taking the time.
Enjoy that robe. Thank you very much.
I'm definitely keeping it as a souvenir.
Don't worry, we won't tell.